Before anybody had one of them days or we ever threw up Wakanda Forever, we had women scorned, boys in the hood, and crashed cookouts. This week, we're serving you a hot plate of 90s soul food and rewinding our VHS tapes. I'm your host, Amber, and this is I Love the 90s in Black Film Edition.
When I think of the 90s, I think of the golden age of black media. Television shows, cartoons, and movies, especially Boys in the Hood. It depicts life in South Central LA in the 90s, talking on the themes of gang violence, police brutality, gentrification.
It's a back and forth between whose fault it is and who's responsible, and that stuck with me as an 8-year-old. I looked outside my window one day and said, "Dad, that's gentrification." And he said, "Spell it."
And all of those themes still exist today in this day and age.
I dropped a French fry on the ground the other day. I yelled, "Rick!" It was a French fry, but I missed that French fry.
The 90s were dedicated to ending gang violence, and I love the message at the end of the movie, increase the peace.
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man. Plot twist, no he was not.
I need Savannah's mama to come to the front. Man, that was not a good man. That was not a good man for Savannah.
Do you know where that iconic line is from? The 1995 romantic dramedy, Waiting to Exhale, which was adapted from the book of the same name by Terry McMillan and happens to be one of my all-time favorite 90s movies.
Saying I would have been an accessory to whatever was going on with Angela Bassett in that one scene, but also I'm saying, what proof do you have that I know her? Where was social media back then?
I was your white woman for 11 years. When I tell you every damn black person in Hollywood was in this movie. And on top of that, it was actually directed by Forest Whitaker. Yes, girl, that Forest Whitaker. From start to finish, the scene with Troy and Robin had me on the floor. You raggedy bitch. Listen, Robin needed to get it together because how do you go from a marketing executive to a whole ass crackhead throwing an apple let you up on your terrace?
Did I cry at the end? Yes. Did it remind me that, you know, while you're trying to live out your dreams, not everybody's gonna be for you at first. Some people come back around and then some people you need to leave them at their weird. Let them people go.
It's a feel-good film that celebrates the importance of relationships and community amongst women. That reminds us that maybe it's not a good man we need, but a handful of really good girlfriends.
Am I my brother's keeper? One of the most important lines from one of the most important films that I think of the 90s, New Jack City. Released on March 8th, 1991, it tells the story of a drug tycoon by the name of Nino Brown, which was played by Wesley Snipes, one of my favorite actors, and it tells the rise and demise of the Cash Money brothers who rose to the top of the narcotics and drug game. You know, the people gonna trail you. We can always see that it shows what happened during the war on drugs in the late 80s and early 90s when certain substances were spread around our communities and cities. And while people were profiting off of what this new thing was, we're not realizing what it's doing to damage and strip away from the beauty of our community. If you do want a really good film to check out, I suggest going back and watching New Jack City just one more time. Amazing filming, amazing photography and sound and everything. And that's my favorite film in the 90s.
Poetic justice. The braids. Janet Jackson's braids alone deserved a moment. And her style. I say her style. No, she wasn't dripped out in designer, but that's what made it such a moment for us. Me growing up as a Capitol Heights super around the way girly to see another around the way girly on the big screen, moment.
Crashing a cookout and yelling, "Cousin!" is hilarious.
How you doing, what? Cousin! What's up, cousin?
The black experience is sometimes just not knowing your cousins. I could be in Wichita, Kansas, and somebody could be like, "Cousin." I would have to believe him. It's my Kansas cousin. I never had one before, but I have to believe it.
And let's think about Tupac in that movie. We fell even more in love with Tupac. And it was also the first time I was just young, just starting to date.
It was amazing to see this movie balance so many emotions, from love growing between Lucky and Justice to love crashing and evaporating between Chicago and Aisha.
If he don't want to be kept, I ain't keeping him. Moments.
This was a roller coaster in the best way.
Poetic justice shifted the cultural atmosphere yet again, as did so many other movies of the 90s that were black and iconic.
Hey BMG fam, it's your girl Amber. And if you like that black 90s core content, click here to subscribe and here for more. Or is it here to subscribe and here for more? Either way, do both. See ya.